Morning, everybody. Here we are. It's day 2 of our trip here at Brier Island. You can see in behind me how foggy it is. So it's only 8 o'clock in the morning. So I'm hoping that fog's gonna burn off, and I'm sure it will this afternoon. We're gonna go down into the town, go look at a couple of other things, and after we're going to go to this saltwater lake. Or it's more of a pond. It's called Big Pond, and I'm hoping to do some scuba diving down there. Right now I'm gonna go get some food here at the lodge, get my breakfast, and then we'll go do all those things. So there we are. You can see behind me, most of that fog's already burnt off like we thought it would. And you can see down to Brier Island and the lighthouse. So it's gonna turn into a nice day, I think. And then in here, this is the dining hall. So this was really busy last night. There's a ton of people in here. So it's a happening spot when you want to come get some food. And you know I gotta get the blueberry pancakes. This looks really good. And then that's Courtney's traditional breakfast.
Blueberry. Do you think they picked them out there like that guy?
Yeah, they might have picked it out here, right along the bank.
I was walking along picking blueberries and eating them as he went.
So we're here right now, and we're gonna be heading down into the town first. I'll go show you guys something cool down here, a plaque, and then on to Big Pond. So that's where I'm hoping to scuba dive. I have no idea how deep the water actually is there. I know that it's a saline little pond, so it's gonna be salt water, so you don't know what kind of species you're gonna get there. I'm hoping to see maybe like crabs or something. Some saltwater fish would be really cool. And over here, that's the machine that's making all the fog out there today. Just offshore. We're down in Westport. That's the local store, so you can get gas and most of the groceries and stuff are there. This is the Brier Island whale watching company. So this is where we're gonna do our whale watching out of. But they have a cool little setup here. I like these puffins, which I've never seen a real puffin before, but it'd be really great too. But if you look here, this tail is also really neat. Yep, that's Courtney. I went whale watching on Brier Island. So that's cool. We're gonna get to see, I don't know, what's that, a humpback whale or minke whales? All the whales. We're trying to see anything that we can. I'm hoping to see a shark. That'd be amazing, but we'll see. I have high hopes for everything. We're driving down the road, and I just noticed this boat over here, and it's got a bunch of what looks like turbines, like wind turbines, but for the water. And it says sustainable marine energy. So I wonder if that's just a project they're doing here to try to capture some of the energy in this current, right? So because of the tide and the tidal range, you're gonna get that wicked current in between these islands, and that might be a test project to try to see how feasible it is and how much energy you can actually get from the currents here. And I found a buoy down here, lodged in. And you see behind me, the fog's kind of rolling in. And at the other end there, fog's staying a little bit more off the islands, but on this side here, it's kind of getting sucked into the strait here between the islands. There's another better look at those turbine blades. So in behind me, you can see Brier Island lighthouse, and you can just see all those birds that are living on here. So that's why it's a bird sanctuary. Mostly all I'm seeing is seagulls and cormorants. A bunch of cormorants there on the rocks, and the seagulls are over here. Also a couple ducks hanging out right there. But you can see that current that's flowing through. So the tide's still coming up. So not at absolute high tide yet. And you can just see that movement. And I think that's what makes it kind of dangerous to try to do scuba diving around the island. Like, you have to really pick your place, because you can't fight that. That's gonna just sweep you right out. And I mean, right now, at least you're going into this gut, but if you're going the other way, you're going out to sea, and that's no fun. I'm hoping to see maybe some seals out here, but I don't see anything playing in the surf. Another thing that they saw was a great white shark that had a tracker. I'm not sure if it was last year or a couple of years ago. It was hanging out in this area as well, so they are around for sure. So now from this little park area, we're going to take this trail, and there's a interesting story and plaque up here. So right up here, there's a memorial plaque I want to read you. It's in honor of Captain Joshua Slocum, the first man to sail around the world alone, April 24th, 1895 to June 27th, 1898. He was born on North Mountain, February 20th, 1844, lived at Westport until he went to sea in 1860. The captain and the Spray were lost at sea on November 1909. The Slocum Society. So there's Joshua Slocum, and this is the ship that he sailed around the world on, called the Spray. And unfortunately, like the plaque says, he disappeared. So, but what I've heard is that he actually designed and built that ship himself. So he was quite a seafarer. This is a nice little area. There's tons of wild flowers growing around. I like these purple flowers. And then you got a really nice view of the island. So if you're here, you can bring your binoculars and look over and see the different birds. So we just drove from the memorial up here, took the road, and now we're here at Big Pond. So we're gonna try to do some scuba diving inside Big Pond. I don't know anyone else who's ever even thought about scuba diving in Big Pond. I don't know how deep it is. I try to find any information and it's just not out there on the internet. So over here, you got Big Pond, and they have this berm made by, you know, the crashing of the waves, and they say that it is a saline pond, so I assume that just means it's a brackish pond, and all the water from the bogs is kind of making its way to the ocean here, and this is just where it pools. So it'll be interesting to see what we find in that water. So I'm gonna go now and get suited up. So now, before I put my fins on and stuff, I just want to see what it looks like. Maybe this video is going to be over before it starts. Oh yeah. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I can't see anything. Well, you ever go scuba diving or swimming in the bayou? That's what I'd say this is like. So I've decided I'm just going to pack up. Looks like it doesn't really get that much deeper. It might only be, you know, 5 feet deep max out there. So I'm not willing to go discover it. So there's a reason you don't swim in this pond or scuba dive here. So I'm not gonna waste any more time here. I'm gonna grab my gear, head out. Maybe we can find another place to go scuba diving, but we have to go whale watching in about an hour and a half. So that's pretty anticlimactic. Sorry about that for you people at home. But now we know what we didn't know before. And if I can save someone else from coming and trying to make that mistake and do a video swimming inside this marsh, it's worth it. Also, when you read on the map and it calls it a pond, assume it's not very deep. So I was just going for it. I didn't expect very much out of that place, but you never know what you can find, right? So it's good to try to go where no one else has gone, and that's definitely a place no one else has gone. This big pond beach is really nice. So this sand, if you've ever been to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, that's what that looks like. It's like the same. Nice. It's high tide right now, or the tide's still coming up a bit, but yeah, this will be a much bigger beach at low tide. And you know, we've come to the beach, so we have to haul out some trash with us. Found this old rope, so we'll take that out, put that in the garbage. We just left Big Pond, and I'm trying to head back and see if we can get permission to dive on any of the wharfs that are down here. Maybe even where the whale watching tour leaves from. So that's gonna be our plan B. But it's funny, as we were driving, we heard this little clicking sound. And then look on the roof, like stop the vehicle, look on the roof. It is my drone remote with my cell phone plugged into it. So I put the drone and stuff away, but I forgot that. So hey, I'm glad that this isn't a really rough road or anything, because we would have lost all that. So yeah, now we're on to plan B, so let's go. So the good thing is at this time of year, the lobster season is over. So all those lobster boats, we know that they're gonna just stay in the harbor. So the only boats I have to worry about are the whale watching tour boats. And I know from talking to them that the next tour boat leaves at 12:30, so in 1 hour. And then I seen their Zodiac just left, so that won't be back for a while. So I'm feeling pretty safe and confident about just coming in here, doing a little swim along the wharf here. That's cool. It looks like a fish tank bubbling up. So the guys on the whale watching boat just told me that one of the guys lost a gold bracelet just off the side of the boat there. So that's what I'm gonna go try to find. So that's top priority as soon as they leave. And the second priority, trying to clean up all that garbage. Okay, let's go. bracelet. So I'm gonna chuck right in this line for it, and then I gotta get out and go do some whale watching. That's a seaweed that's normally deeper down, but it's come off the rock. That's what uses to stick to the rock. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to find that gold bracelet that the guy lost off the whale watching boat. It was just that when I got down near the bottom, after picking up all those cans and stuff, there was this little bit of a dirt, like smoke everywhere, just a cloud all near the bottom, a couple inches off. It could be down there, or it could have gone a little bit into the mud, because right there it wasn't so much silt as like a muddy bottom. What was cool, I saw that one really big lobster, so I'm guessing that must be like a 40-year-old animal, and we were down at about 26 feet was the deepest, and we did like an 18 to 20 minute dive, which is all that I had time to do because I gotta go get on that whale fish, or that whale watching boat. So some of the stuff that we found also, I'm glad we were able to get in there. We cleaned up some of these old cans and then some bottles, so we'll try to recycle whatever we go. So yeah, that's a bark fruit beer, and yeah, all these cans and a little bit of garbage. I really wish I would have had more time because, as you saw, there was a lot more stuff down there. But yeah, again, I just didn't have enough time. So we're gonna have to come back here eventually someday and do a second dive. Maybe I'll be able to find that gold bracelet. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I gotta go get on that whale watching boat. See you later. And now I see over there, the fog's starting to come in, so I'm hoping when we're out there whale watching, we'll be able to go right through that fog.